We're going to get ready to start cutting some steel. One thing you want to do real quick before you do that is check your tips and make sure that they're clean and that you'll get a good cut from them. So in order to do that, you'll need some tip cleaners like I have here, and of course you need your cutting tip. So the best way to do this is to start with a larger size and work down. You shouldn't start off small because you may file the cutting holes out of round. This same process works for your preheat holes as well. So it's very simple. All you do is take the tip cleaner and see if you can fit it in. If not, you move down a size and carry on until you're able to clean the tip. Just like so. And then when you have the proper size, you'll be able to file the hole and make sure that you have a clean tip and that you're ready to cut. So once you've cleaned off your tip, you then want to make sure that it's properly in the torch and that you're ready to cut. So we'll just put it back in the torch. Now that we made sure that we have a clean tip, we're going to get ready to cut some steel. So first things first, we'll make a mark here. Then we're going to light the torch and get ready to cut. We want to preheat the steel a little bit to what is known as a kindling temperature. And then after we're up to heat, we're going to initiate the oxygen and make the cut. So here we go. So I'll start by preheating the steel. And I would say about there, we're at a kindling temperature. So once we have that, we'll start cutting. Trying to keep our hands steady while we go. A good travel speed and a nice cut. On top of cutting, we can also do welding with our Oxy-Fuel setup. So we're just going to get ready now to change over our combination torch from a cutting head to a welding head. So the first thing you want to ensure is that all of your valves are closed so that you're not going to let out any gas after you remove the cutting head. After that, you want to loosen off the cutting head. If possible. Ensure that while you're doing this that your hands are clean, especially free of grease. You don't want to introduce any grease or anything with a hydrocarbon base into the torch. So after you're done that, again, just check to make sure that your seats are in good condition. Also check that you have a O-ring in good condition on the welding tip. And again, that it's ready to seat well. After that, simply put the tip on. Should be snug within the torch barrel, sorry. Then we'll go ahead and tighten it down. At this point, you also want to ensure that you have a clean tip. So again, just start off with a larger size tip cleaner and move down to the smaller size. and you're ready to weld. Okay, so now that we've put our welding tip on the torch, we're going to get ready to weld. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to adjust the pressure of our working pressure of the oxygen down to 5 psi. So I'll do that real quick. Okay, now that we have our oxygen pressure back down to where we want it, we'll then light our torch and we'll get ready to weld after that. So again, as with cutting, we're going to have 3 different flame conditions that we'll notice here. The first, as you can see here, is known as a neutral flame. You can see that there's an inner cone to the flame and there's no feather and it doesn't sound very loud. So the other would be, or one of the others, is a carburizing flame. As you can see here, there's a feather beyond the cone, and it is a little bit louder in this case, but the main thing is that there's a feather in the flame. The third kind of flame is called an oxidizing flame. So rather than having too much acetylene, we have too much oxygen. You may also notice that the cone is now sharper and it sounds a lot louder. So after we've adjusted to a neutral flame, we're going to get ready to weld.